Rula, we ended the last episode. I brought something up and you went, no, Rosie, that's my topic for the next episode. So are you ready?
Indeed. You mentioned in the previous episode when someone does something good and then one day you have an argument and they bring it back like, I do this for you and you're ungrateful, while you didn't ask for these things, but you still. My topic is this idea, but also another idea or another experience that I have with specifically one person, not with everybody. Someone I'm supposed to trust because this person I know all my life, it's part of me, and I confide in this person and tell personal things or brainstorm on problem resolutions. And then when there is an argument or disagreement, they use the things I confide in them against me. And then they, for example, tell me how badly I approached the situation and how awful I acted. And I should look at my behavior first because I did this and this and that. And remember when. And then I think, why did I trust this person? I know that this person will use this thing against me. But somehow in our relationship, the trust feel like it's how do you say it in English? Like you cannot run away from it. You cannot not trust this person. Welcome to the Rosie and Roula show. Marhaba.
G'day.
This have two faces. The one when you confide and it's the same person that behave the same way. If I confide, they turn it against me. And if they do something good for me that I didn't ask for, they also turn it against me. And I'm not making this episode about me. I'm making it in general.
You're sure about that?
You know, but it's my experience, of course, bringing it here today. The topic the subject that I want to talk about today is what happens or how should we react when you are in a supposedly safe relationship with someone who use things against you because they are in the heat of the moment, not because they're bad, not because they have the intention to hurt you, just because they are in the heat of the moment.
Well, yeah, if you're going to continue to keep this person in your life, I feel like that's something that has to be discussed. Like, you need to stop doing this. It's just so hurtful. Whether you're in the heat of the moment or not, you need to take a good hard look at yourself because that really hurt me. I confided in you. I was vulnerable, and you have now decided to, use that against me. Like, that's horrible. And you just said, they're not a bad person, but the behaviour, that is yuck. That's awful. So they must do enough good things for you to go, okay, I still want them.
Yes, and this, of course, because when they're not doing anything good, they're not, boundaries and stepping out of the relationship is the best decision. But when they do a lot of good, they're important person in your life, but they're just on that level, they're so stuck in wanting to hurt you back.
To keep? I know we said we're not talking about you, but we kind of are. Why do you choose to keep confiding in this person if they keep doing this and it hurts you and upsets you?
I think that the point that I'm now bringing this up in an episode is giving me also clarity, is because I'm having clarity in my mind, is that I should practice to maintain this relationship without having to confide in them on anything.
Right. Yeah.
I don't confide also on everything because I know what are the things I can talk about and not, because I know this person one day they will come and use it against me. But I can't keep calculating everything because sometimes I do need to share this information with that person. And now I feel the clarity that even this information, I don't need to share it.
Right. Yeah, so it's like a moment of reflection of, okay, well, how's this relationship going to look moving forward? Because that's not sustainable, is it? Them bringing
No,
these things up against you. That's, yeah. And then it
it's
could
not.
turn into a really horrible argument because you just reach your limit and go, fuck this, see you later, I don't want you in my life. When actually you've said this person's really important to you. It's just this particular thing they do that is not okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of regret if I say I don't want to see this person in my life. And
Mm,
as much as how can I say it? As much as I feel that confiding was should stop, I do think this will change the relationship drastically because I feel that I have less and less things to share in our conversation with that person.
mm, mm.
You know what I mean?
And there must be a bit of sadness around that too. It's like grieving the relationship maybe that you wanted. If you're no longer going to
Mm.
confide those things, it looks very different.
In this specific situation, yes, definitely, I'll be grieving, even though I know that what I learned from this is sometimes when two persons are very different, it gives a great perspective to talk about stuff because we're
Yes,
two
yes.
different persons, we have different approaches, etc. But when the two persons are different on a very principal topics
Yeah.
that form your personality, then this perspective, there is no perspective anymore. There is a conflict.
It's almost like those underlying values. There needs to be some common ground, hey?
Maybe also the values are the same. The approach is different. The beliefs are different. The like we have the same values. We want the same end result, but
Yes.
everything in between is contradictory.
So different. Yeah. Oh, it's so hard.
And that
Okay.
makes it difficult to get rid of such a relationship.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of us, okay, there's probably heaps of people who can relate to this. So what is your advice after your week of reflection? How then do we move forward? We keep this person in our life, but we surely something has to change so that you don't keep getting hurt, which is going to jeopardize the relationship. So what's the advice, Rula?
What I'm going to do, and that could be an
This could be what this
insight,
will. Okay, yeah.
I'm taking my time to think of what I want to say to this person because I don't want to have another argument.
Mm,
And at the same time, I don't want to start the conversation with what's hurting me. I want to think and reflect, how did I hurt them so that they can back at me this way? Because I have said something that they
right.
were not ready to hear, and I did not ask, do you want to hear my opinion? And I also didn't want to say, so I'm taking responsibility for what I did. I didn't say, are you sharing to vent or do you want my opinion?
Mm,
What I did, because the fundamental actions are so contradictory between us, my pain or my trauma or whatever hit on that topic so hard that I gave my opinion without being asked for. And I think this triggered this person to throw those things back at me.
so you are focusing on what you can do to, I guess, control or mitigate that situation happening
To
again.
repair, I
But,
want to repair.
and so do you expect anything of them, or are you taking all the
No,
accountability?
no, I'm not taking all the accountability. No. I want to make a repair, but I want also to make clear these fundamentals, I'm going to name them, the fundamental contradictory actions we have between us. These fundamental things are so big that we better not talk about them or open any topic that involves them.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
I will not change my mind and they will not change their mind. It's a very fundamental thing that we're arguing about.
Mm, mm,
You know, for example, I to give an example, in raising children,
yeah.
I strongly believe that we need to let them go when they turn 20, 22, 23 from on. We need to let them go, even if they made a mistake, even if they're broke. They need to learn. They need to be responsible for that. So, as a
Mm,
parent, it will break my heart, but I should not like fix it or save them. But the
yeah.
other person want to save and fix so that they avoid them, the grown-up children, to be in trouble.
Yeah.
This fundamental thing is,
Yeah. That's a big difference, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
And when things are this big, and I gave this example because it's good to imagine what kind of fundamental
Yeah. It
disagreement are
helps. That
these. It
example
helps.
helps. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, for example, let's take this as the topic. I don't want anymore to know how that person is saving their grown-up children,
Mm-hmm.
their adult children,
Right.
because I don't believe a parent should continue
Right.
saving their
It
adult
triggers
children.
you, and then if you respond to what they're saying, it triggers them, and then disaster. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What a mature
Um,
way to deal with it, can I just say?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
I said, what a mature way to deal with the situation. Like, you've just given an answer that's not emotional. It's like, well, I did this. I know that we're just always going to believe differently about parenting styles. So actually, let's just not talk about that. We know it's going to end in an argument and people getting hurt. So let's not do that. I think that's
Yes,
it.
true. And I hope that that different kind of conversations will come up. Nicer
Yeah,
ones, different
nicer
type of
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then that's okay too.
And it probably depends on who this person is, that your relationship with them. Like if this is your spouse, that's a problem if you can't talk about parenting, right?
Oh, that's a
But if it's,
divorce.
yeah, right. So, yeah, it depends who this person is in your life. And okay, is this a deal breaker, or can we maintain the relationship and just change what it looks like?
Yes, absolutely. Like having a babysitter at home who does not use the same parenting methods as
Oh,
you
yeah.
do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then you, no matter how sweet and kind and trustworthy this person, you can't continue the relationship with this babysitter, the work relationship, because they have different values on raising kids than you do. And that's
Wow, yeah,
okay too.
that's a hard stance. Yeah. I think a lot of people, God, this conversation is going in so many directions, but I think a lot of parents, they're, if they have a relationship with the oh, what am I saying? The grandparents, right? If you take your kids to your parents to, look after the kids, there's often differences and clashes in parenting styles and what they believe. But in that situation, you're not firing your parents. Well, most of the time, not. Some people, yes, it gets to that point.
But there is tension and there is
Yeah.
arguments between the grandparents and the parents. We all want to raise our kids like we think we want to raise them,
And our way's
and
the right
that's
way.
okay
Yeah.
until we discover it wasn't the right way. Years of therapy helped me on this. But the thing is, what the example you gave is so good. I think also, just like I'm going to have this conversation with that person, parents and grandparents, before the grandparents start babysitting or looking
Mm.
after the kids, we should have these conversations. My daughter and I know exactly what are the things she absolutely doesn't want me to do with her kids.
Mm.
And I already know the things that I absolutely tell her, I will take the kids from you if you do this and that.
Wow. You've already
So we
had these
talk.
conversations and she doesn't have kids. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And she doesn't have to. And I decided for myself, if these differences are going to be very big once she has children, I'm going to move and live somewhere else. I don't have to look after the children. I see them,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I don't have to be the grandma who's every once a week looking after the kids. And I don't
Yeah.
want to be this. I want to be
Yeah.
their grandmother. And
Yeah.
the safe place they come to when they need. I don't want to be looking after them and raising them. No, I
Yeah.
leave this to the parents and the daycare, to the professionals.
Clear. It's clear. Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Clear boundaries. I think that underlies this whole conversation.
Yes. We take grandparents for granted too. We say, yeah, it's only natural. Grandparents, they love to spend time with the kids.
Right.
It keeps them young. It keeps them healthy. It has a lot of benefits of looking after our grandchildren. But we forget that this is also their valuable time, that they're doing it for free. And yes, they're your parents and they love you, or their parents and they love me. But we're taking them for granted because they could be doing something else on this free day. They choose.
Yeah, they might not want to look after your kids. They just spent how many years raising you?
Yeah. And even if they want to, there is a taboo on this because grandparents cannot say no, then you're seen as a bad grandparent. That's another topic, Rosie. We're not going to go into this today.
So many bloody topics. Holy dooly. Wow. Whew. Well, let us know, listeners. Do you have someone in your life who you confide in and they bring these things up to use them against you in the heat of the moment?
How do you feel when they do this?
Yes. And how have you dealt with it in the past, or how are you dealing with it at the moment?
Yes. We're with you. We support you. And we can brainstorm with you on approaches. Love you. Hold on. This is a terrible heart. This is a better heart.
We're doing love hearts. There we go.
Look at your young hands and my older hands. That's so funny. Bye.
If you got a kick out of our conversation today, can you pretty please hit the follow button and share it with another opinionated person? This is the easiest way for you to support the show. It also gives Roula and I the motivation
Rosie,
to keep
I have
going.
to stop you there. Stop telling people what to do. If they like to follow the show and share it, it's totally up to them. Guys, please, can you help us follow and share the show? Thank you so much. See you next time.
Said.